like that across this country, they'd like to see a level playing field, right? And I think that's the piece. I mean, everybody's focused on this consumer issue in such a backwards way, in my opinion. They don't realize that those people have to live by certain standards, and this is the way it is in all industry, okay? They want to make sure that everybody has to live up to the standards they live up to. Let me say this, though. Federal preemption would stay in place just like it is right now. Very important. The Dodd draft and the Frank draft, originally, no usury rate issues. Those are exempt, okay? But the fact is, this was a major step forward. And again, all Republicans want to make sure that enforcement stays where it is at the prudential regulators. You don't get consumer out of bounds, and there is a veto process that exists. But I think we'd accommodated a very, very good balance.
Can you explain what Senator Dodd said to you about why reconciliation, why that in particular was causing him pressure to get this out?
Well, there's starting Monday, there's 2 weeks left.
So why does that involve?
Well,
why do you feel like that put pressure on him for?
Well, I think it's envisioned that should the House pass it, then reconciliation would end up the last few days of before recess, right? And I think he feels pressure, and I understand that, to try to get something out of committee before that process occurs. Yes, ma'am.
So you said that the bill that Senator Dodd, or the proposal he puts out on Monday, will be left of where you left off. How so?
Well, because we were still working through issues to try to get things in the middle of the road, and we sort of hit the pause button. And even some of the things that we had worked through, unfortunately, the language won't be crafted. I mean, it takes a long time to get this alleged language cranked out. Even some of the things we've worked through, unfortunately, will not make it, if you will, into legislative language as a result of hitting the pause button yesterday, okay? I mean, we did not have one of those all-night sessions last night. We're not going to have one tonight. We're going to continue working together. But the bill will be much like, again, you coming to cover this press conference and, you start writing your column and you get sort of halfway through or two-thirds of the way through and stop. That's the way the bill's going to be. And again, it'll be, let me say this, on the plus side, it'll be a much better product than what he offered in December. Much better product. And we will continue. This is not going to affect my attitude in one way. We're going to continue to wake up every day and try to get to a good financial regulation bill. So
we've got to end it there. Senator, we've got to give up the room.
Oh, we did?
Okay.
It sounds like from what you're saying, that the CFA was not involved in the breakdown.
No, there was no breakdown. Again, let me say the last question. This is sort of the typical. I was asked, the consumer was not the cause of the breakdown. There has been no breakdown, like none. What happened was, you're on the 5-yard line, the lights went out. Okay? There has been no breakdown, none. And we're going to continue to try to work through things. I'm disappointed, as you might imagine, especially, as you can imagine, after all the things that have occurred over this last month. But I will tell you this. I think Republicans want to see a good financial reform bill. I think Democrats want to see a good financial reform bill. And if we cannot do this in a bipartisan way, and I still have hope that we will, we can't do anything anymore in the United States Senate. Okay? We hopefully will get this done.
So how is the veto mechanism the way to work with consumer protection? Can you explain that?
I'll send you some language.
We got to remember.